Benchmark Education Company presents Classic Tales. Follow along as we read the book. Turn the page when you hear this sound. Now, let's enjoy the story.
Jack and the Beanstalk. Retold by Allison Adams. Illustrated by Diana Magnuson. This fairy tale has a big, mean ogre. What special powers might he have? Jack and the Beanstalk. Retold by Allison Adams. Illustrated by Diana Magnuson.
Ask questions. What does this picture make you wonder?
Once upon a time, a woman lived with her son, Jack. They made a little bit of money by selling their cow's milk. One day, the cow stopped giving milk. "We'll have to sell our cow," said Jack's mother. "Take her to the market and sell her for as much money as possible." Jack met an old woman on his way to the market. "Are you going to sell your cow?" the old woman asked. "Yes," said Jack. "I'm taking her to the market now." "Why don't you give her to me? I'll give you these beans if you do," said the old woman. "I can't. I need to sell her and bring the money home to my mother," said Jack. "But these are not just any beans. These are magic beans," said the old woman. "Magic beans?" asked Jack. "All right. I'll take your magic beans and give you my cow." Jack went home. His mother said, "I see that the cow's gone. How much money did you get for her?" "I didn't get any money for the cow. I got these magic beans instead," said Jack. "No money? Just beans?" his mother shouted. "What are we going to do with beans, Jack?" She threw the beans out the door. Jack woke up the next morning. The room was dark. A big, tall beanstalk had grown up outside his window. It seemed to reach up to the sky. "I guess that those were magic beans after all," Jack said to himself. Jack jumped out of his window and started to climb up the beanstalk. He climbed and climbed, higher and higher, up through the clouds. Finally, Jack came to a road. He found a beautiful castle at the end of the road. Jack walked up to the castle and knocked on the door. And who opened the door? The old woman who had given Jack the magic beans. "You should leave," she said quickly. "A big, mean ogre lives here, and he likes to eat little boys like you." "But I climbed all the way up here, and I haven't had anything to eat today," said Jack. "Well, sit down and I'll make you something to eat. You'll have to eat quickly," said the woman. Suddenly, they heard someone coming. Thump, thump, thump. "Oh no," said the woman. "The ogre! Hide, quick! Climb into the oven so he doesn't see you." The big, mean ogre stomped into the room. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread," shouted the ogre. "I'm the only one here," said the old woman. "Sit down and I'll make you something to eat." Jack was very, very scared, and he tried to stay very, very still inside the oven. After the ogre had eaten, he took out a bag filled with gold. "Look at all of the gold I have," said the ogre. "I don't even know what to do with all this gold." The ogre started to count his gold, but he soon fell asleep. "Now I can get away," Jack said to himself. He jumped out of the oven and started to run. He stopped when he saw the gold. Then Jack took the gold and kept on running. Jack ran out of the castle and started down the road to the Beanstalk. He could hear the ogre coming after him. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread," shouted the ogre. Jack held onto the bag of gold and jumped back onto the beanstalk. He climbed down as fast as he could, lower and lower, down through the clouds. The ogre was climbing down the beanstalk too. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread," shouted the ogre. Jack looked down. He saw his mother standing outside of their house. He shouted down to her, "Go get the axe!" Jack jumped off the beanstalk as soon as he reached the ground. His mother quickly chopped down the beanstalk. And that was the end of the big, mean ogre. Jack and his mother lived happily ever after. What happened in this fairy tale? Make predictions. What do you think will happen now that Jack and his mother have gold?
We hope you enjoyed the book. Let's read again soon.